Hello, it's me, Reza Gaming. I'm back. We have fish, we have oxygen. It's all good. Hope you're doing well, Alpha D Dot. Glad you like the kilo fish. Hello. Hope you're doing well, Tech Rock. You're learning ONI and you've learned you suck. Too bad. Everyone sucks when they start. It's fine. You're allowed to suck. Too much ugly crying. Oh, if it's only ugly crying, that's not the worst thing. It's when they start breaking all of your machines. That's when it gets annoying. Right, we're back. What are we going to do today? Well, we've done a few things. We've actually made some progress on the run. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. So, we've actually cleared out most of the area where we're going to put the base. And we also set up a hydrogen vent tamer. Now, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. It's getting like 95% of the hydrogen out. It's cool enough to not break anything. And it's storing up infinitely, and we don't actually have to worry about the vent overpressurizing either, so I can just literally leave this to run forever and not worry about it. So what I might do as well, I'll come in here and grab the rest of these little bits, maybe not these bits, and then I think I'm literally, I know I put Naphtha here, I think I'm literally just going to seal this off just to make sure it doesn't break by accident. Only it's done that way, it's just hard game, doesn't help you go forward. Yeah. You learn by making mistakes over and over again until you get better, pretty much. We're slowly releasing the poke shells from over here. But before we actually do move everyone over, so there's a couple of things I want to do first. I want to get rid of this water, because I don't want a ticking time bomb over our dupes' heads. Which means I need to make this tank a little bit bigger. Which means I could probably extend it into here with relatively few issues. So we'll probably do that first. If we look at the slime lung, there's no slime lung in here. The main issue is the slime lung here. I'm not overly keen about. Maybe we leave this. But ticking time bomb OP, yeah. We've had enough of that with all the friggin' flipped magma biomes we've been looking at. So I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to set up the Aluminum Volcano tamer today. Because that's going to fit in just over here somewhere. This is constraining the. This is constraining where we build stuff as well. What I'm kind of thinking is we build it. If we build it leading this way, it's going to go underneath the base. And then what we're actually going to do is we're going to make it an industrial sauna with the Aluminum Volcano in it. And we're going to have a Metal Refinery in here running around. And we're going to dissipate all of the heat off of with that. Now, what a lot of people do with metal refineries, obviously this one in the Dreco Ranch has been fine for a while, and it will be fine, provided we keep growing these pinch of peppers, but I want a slightly more robust solution that is in the dupe's habitable space, to be honest. So, what we're going to do is we're going to move this into an industrial sauna, so the steam turbines take all the heat away. The issue is, when you're doing that, and you're heating up the steam with all of your coolant, you obviously can't use polluted water because it needs to get above 125 degrees C. We don't have very good coolants. Normally, what we would use as a coolant for this is crude oil or petroleum. If we look at crude oil, it has a specific heat capacity of 1.69, thermal conductivity of 2, and it boils at 400 degrees C. We don't have any of this. Now, because we have no oil biome. The map generated without an oil biome. This was part of our plan for extra challenge. What if we use Naphtha for the coolant? The issue is, it's not very conductive. It's much less conductive than oil, even though it has more heat capacity. I'm not sure this is actually really helpful to use. Nectar goes up to 160 degrees, but that's still a little bit close to my liking, especially with a volcano in here. I'm expecting the room to get above 160 degrees at some point. You just need to make longer cooling pipes. That's true. We probably could do it with Naphtha. I reckon it would take a lot of Naphtha. If we look at the resource list, I need to repopulate this list anyways. But we do have 15 tons of plastic. I don't really want to waste all of that in a Metal Refinery coolant loop, though. So what other options do we have? Well, if we look at the uranium, the liquid uranium we get from melting the uranium ore, this has the actual very similar heat properties to oil. Why? I don't know. The main difference is the temperature range is much higher, but it only works above 133 degrees C. You just need 1.6 tons per loop. Oh yeah. You just need to make it long so there's time to give the heat out on your sauna. Yeah. Maybe it will be alright with Naphtha. We could do either. I don't want the room to cool down below that temperature, because we're using the liquid uranium to actually do the thermal exchange with the metal anyways. And, I mean, let's actually see how much uranium ore do we have. We don't have a lot. We do have some radioactive biomes. There's not a lot in here. I'm not really planning on doing any nuclear stuff in this run. But, I don't know. I feel like it would technically be more efficient to use the uranium. But the Naphtha is completely sustainable. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to do it with the uranium just because it's mad. Yeah, liquid uranium. It's the same thermal properties as oil. We can heat it up as hot as we want. Obviously, we're not going to heat it up too hot, so it's kind of irrelevant. We could totally use it if we wanted to. I'm not sure I want to. You know what I do want to do? I do want to keep releasing all of this liquid. So let's actually come over here and start removing some of these tiles. How hot it needs to be liquid? Well, this is the thing. You only need to heat it up to 133 degrees C for it to liquefy, which is why we've got it in our volcano steam rooms. This is not a bug, it's a dev oversight. It's supposed to be 1133 degrees C. And I figure the more egregiously that we use this in our runs, perhaps someone's eventually going to figure it out, or at least acknowledge it, because nobody... I mean, one other person so far has talked about it, other than me. So on that basis, yeah, maybe we need to do this. It honestly seems like the ultimate sort of thermal exchange liquid, other than supercoolant maybe, if you're looking for these hot cases. So yeah, I think we're actually going to do that. We're going to just demolish like a radioactive biome. Maybe this one. This one's right by the sleep machine anyways. There's not even that much oil, there's not even that much uranium here. It's what? We're going to get 45 kilograms per tile out. This is a metal-rich asteroid, but I don't think that applies to uranium ore. Yeah, that sounds fun. Ultimately, we're going to clear all this space anyways, right? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just start by digging out all the uranium. We're going to have to dig it out eventually anyways. There's no bees here. Yeah, it's something different, isn't it? Yes, we can do it with Naphtha, but that's boring. We don't need to dig out the... Yeah, we don't need to dig out the obsidian. This is absolutely sounding like a harebrained scheme. But that's fine. Right, I think we can just dig out all of this then. Yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe it's actually a thing. Like, they do a DLC where radioactivity is the main focus, and they add one radioactive material, and they get the melting point wrong, and they never fix it. It's been several years at this point. Well, maybe not several years, but like more than one, I think. Okay, pop quiz. When did Spaced Out actually come out? I think it was after I started streaming, wasn't it? Like, I started streaming in December 2021. I'm sure we never... I think there was exactly one run where it wasn't spaced out. God, I can't even remember that far back. You can dig this out too, that's fine. Yeah, we'll want to grab all these warts eventually as well. Yeah, why not? This is a fun thing to do. We gotta mix it up sometimes. And we're leveling the whole asteroid anyways, and there's no bees, so I'm not that worried about the stuff. Is that when the DLC actually came out? December 16th? I actually started playing... Oh, I've got to dig this out, haven't I? I actually started playing December 21st. Yeah, good job. It was already out when I started playing in 2022. Yeah, so this DLC has been out for like... as long as I've been streaming, and they've never fixed it or acknowledged it. I need to grab this as well. I think I'm at the point where I'm just going to actually level most of the map. Like, frankly, I want the coal as well. There is a little bit of coal up here we never grabbed. we're actively pumping out the chlorine from the gas as well. We did set that up, so I'm not really gonna fuss about that anymore. Some liquid chlorine over here as well. That's fun. I mean, that'll do for now. And then you could dig that. You could dig most of this, I imagine. You could dig all of this. You could dig that. Dig these. The hydrogen we don't care about at all. Algae, I'll leave that one in. I've given the dupes a few digging errands. Some of them are for clearing out the base, and some of them are for clearing out that. That's fine. We'll let them speed to it for a bit. Right, we do have some skills to assign. I don't think it's going to take us that long to build the whole Aluminum Volcano thing. It's just one volcano. It's in an area where we don't necessarily need atmo suits. We'll see. Right, you can have tidying. Ari, you can have... I guess now you can have operating. You started gaming September 11th, 2019. I think I did exactly one stream before 2021. And that was me testing out Twitch. And then realizing, actually, I should probably have an actual webcam and a microphone. You know, an actual setup. That would be a idea, wouldn't it? More exosuit training is always nice. Also, I didn't fully charge my headphones, so I'm pretty sure they're going to run out of power again. I'll give you pyrotechnics. Someone needs pyrotechnics. It could be grey area today. You started gaming in 1985. Nice. One of my first memories was playing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PC. My family had their own PC. You know, like most families did back then. And I was stuck for hours on the first level where you had to copy the first spell off the blackboard because the screen brightness setting was too low and I couldn't see the pattern and I thought you were just supposed to guess the right pattern. I had not developed my full gamer brain yet at like 7 years old. And then when we got a new monitor, I could suddenly see it and I blitzed the whole game. Actually, that's a lie. I got really stuck on the level where you had to get past the troll. In the corridors. Oh my god. Hello, Carrie, actually. Hope you're doing well. What have you been up to these days? I've been super busy with work. I've not really been on Twitch or YouTube at all. So I have not been able to keep up with anyone. But let me give you a shout out again. Sorry I ran off yesterday. I needed to go kind of urgently. There you go. A black hole ate your game twice. Was it mod related or was it shenanigans related? We have just started. We decided, in lieu of oil for our Metal Refinery coolant loop for a steam room, we're gonna use liquid uranium. Just because we can. So we're gonna clear out the somnium synthesizer area. I'll tell you to dig this as well. This is fine. This is another area that I was thinking of putting the dupes, but it's a bit too constrained with the vent. What I might actually do, I might make a dedicated mini base for the sleepers over here. I could fit this in. But yeah, liquid uranium is great because the devs put the melting point 1,000 degrees C lower than it should be. So it's, as we've discussed already, it's actually a liquid between 133 degrees C and 4,133 degrees C. So once you get it in a metal refinery loop, provided it doesn't actually cool below this level, you can get it really hot. You can get it to like tungsten melting temperatures. And it's pretty conductive too. The only issue is you obviously don't have a lot of mass. So you can't make a massive loop with it. But we should be fine, because what we're going to do is we're going to make a little mini sauna that has this Aluminum Volcano in it. How wide is it going to be? We've got, realistically, if we go up to the neutronium spike, yeah, we've got 30 tiles of width to work with. I can actually put a tile here as well and make it 29, right? Yeah. Oh, yep, good timing, Mr. Muffins. Or whatever you are. You're an eyeball. You can be whatever you want to be. So this is 29 tiles of whip we've got to work with. I don't think we really need to make it 29 tiles. We're going to have it be actively cooled. We're going to have the steam turbines. If we have actively cooled steam turbines in here with a thermo aqua tuner, we could have up to 7 turbines. But I think what we'll do is... We're also just melting the frozen biome with the steam. I'm not sure what's caused these tiles here. Does anyone know how we can stop these tiles from being a thing? Like... Can I actually just... I mean, I won't interrupt you because you're farming. Is there anyone else we could interrupt that looks likely? Right, I'll interrupt you now. If I get you to go here, what happens? Drop a dupe through it. Okay. So, by the sounds of it then, what I need to do is I need to demolish this and get a dupe to just actually run through these tiles. That's odd. So I think what we'll do is we'll make it 5 turbines? Because I don't want it to clash with the access shaft here. Our plan was to, well, store lettuce here in the intermediary. I think we just decided to grow less lettuce. We've stopped fertilizing it now. So hopefully we don't run out of food again. The head has to go into the tile. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just put some tiles here. Oh, wait. If we put some tiles here, then we should be fine. And then I'll dig this. We're going to extend this ladder over here as well. This is going to be the access shaft for the transformers. We're going to have all the transformers for the base run along the edge of the map. We're not going to have them all be completely continuous. We're just going to fit them in where we can, and they're going to go around the whole perimeter. I thought it was feet to have to go through. Well, we could test that. We could have... We'll build these tiles first. We need to actually priority 9 these, though. That's fine. So we'll do that. We'll start clearing stuff out. What I will actually do is, in some vague attempt to keep this cool, I will try and get the dupes to dig all of these tiles out. Because then that material could drop down here. I don't think it's going to do very much, but we'll try anyways. And I'm not going to overly commit to ladders here, because I know we're going to unbuild a lot of that quite quickly. So we'll just build a couple of ladders. That's probably fine. I don't think we're going to let any more liquid through like this. I think what I'll do is I'll get them to priority 9, sweep all of this. All of that, and get it out of there. We've actually almost leveled this whole bit. You can see where all the meteors are accumulating as well. I'm not overly concerned about meteors yet. We'll solve that eventually, but, like, not right now. There's more sand over here. Let's keep digging out all the sand. Dig that tile. Realistically, you can dig all these tiles now. You're not using this to access anything. Dig these. Yes, we still want to dump all this liquid. So the purpose of most of this is so that we can actually... Wait, why is it so hot over here? Oh, because we haven't been cooling the oxygen. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we have really not been cooling this very well. That's fine. We have space cool over here. What we could do is we can actually possibly dump a load of the cold debris down here and use that to cool stuff for a bit. We got a puffed. We've got a puffed. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We're grabbing all the puffs we can so they can breathe all the polluted oxygen. I believe... Okay, so what's happened with our filter pipe? What's going on with our filter pipe? It's blocked up because it's just full of oxygen. Okay. Whatever. That's clearly not an emergency. I'm pretty happy for the dupes to just keep digging stuff out for now, you know? Right. So they built all of these. If we get a dupe to run through here, it looks like it's not working. So we may have to raise these by 1 tile. Yeah. Yep, we'll have to raise it by 1 tile, so it seems like feet. Feet! Feet mentioned. Right, what else can we do? I mean, there's loads of water over here. We don't want to release any of this. I mean, we can actually, hold on. If I tile this, we don't need to have this room be open at all anymore. There's no foreign gases in here, right? No. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just shut this off for now. So that it definitely doesn't break. And then we're gonna release the rest of this water. Who's still scolding? Yeah, this should probably not be a thing. You're dormant now. That's good. You don't activate for a while. There's a lot of air over here. It's just too hot. Is this a case where I just build a load of ice temp shift plates? I could do this. But that's definitely going to get some noobs killed if we do it without a suit. It's looking like we're going to have to actually get a... Yeah, I think we're going to have to actually get exosuits over here now. So, I think what we do is we put them over here. So if we look at the access through here, we could... What we could do is, we could... If we dig this tile, and we can't get over here, then we could restrict that. We're gonna have to go heal some guys temporarily. Bubbles, you can go get healed. You're gonna keep taking incremental heat damage. Am I finally gonna be forced to use some suits? We've been using them a little bit, but we're finally gonna be forced to use suits over here. It's gone way too hot over here. In fact, I'm probably gonna have to heal up some people for a little bit, because this is getting kind of silly. Also, we've had this cool steam vent literally venting into the open for like millennia. So that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? F&E dots coming to save the day. I love how we have a space heater over here as well, as if it's even slightly necessary. Right, so let's dig under here. We could put a load of suit docks under here without any issues. Clay. I think we leave this tile. So Priority 9 dig these, and then we'll build all the oxygen equipment. We actually already have an oxygen pipe running through here as well, so this is actually very convenient. So... Yeah, you'll do that digging first, it's fine. At least we've still got a little bit of coal for now. I should probably move all this stuff here, right? Like, just put this here, and then remove it from here. Then we can fit more suits in. And also... Have you actually run out of stuff to do over here? Not really. You're grabbing life support stuff as well. That's kind of a lot of what you're doing. That's fine. You can dig this algae out for sure. And that one, and that one, and that one. And that one too. Right, so let's put the checkpoint over here. That's fine, and then a load of docks. We'll put one dock there for now. And then we'll move them around. The Puffed's dying! Look, the Puffed's taking damage. He's a hot puffed. Hot puffy boy. There's also a power wire down here. This is very convenient. So I guess just actually literally start building them all here. And now you should actually be well behaved. I don't think you can get in here otherwise. So I don't know how many ammo suits we're going to need, but we've got loads of material, so let's make a load more ammo suits. Let's make like 10 more. We have plenty of reed fiber too. And then we'll just start delivering them one by one. We already have a couple of spare suits as well. So that's good. Obviously, if we're actually going to make this area habitable for dupes, we're going to have to cool it down a little bit, but that's fine. Is there a reason why I decided not to cool this? I think it's because I thought the cooling was going to take a lot of power. The reality is, if we... Okay, I mean, let's look at the star map for a second, right? We do not have any cold geysers here. This is all the geysers. We found them all. None of these are cold. So any active cooling we're doing is going to have to be powered. Which is why I've been putting off cooling for as long as possible. I mean, obviously, the anti-entropy thermonullifier is helping out. But this is only 80 kDTUs per second of heat deletion. Be normal operation and excess produced. What? That's not right. You only ever do 80. Here's my suggestion for this building clay. Give it a slider. Let it take in more hydrogen to give more cooling. And maybe make it like non-linear. Like you have to pump exponentially more hydrogen in to get more cooling. So if you have a large amount of hydrogen, great. But it's not just going to immediately solve your problem. But if you have enough hydrogen, you can do it and save some industry, I guess. I don't know. Those are my thoughts. It's just the building is very weak for like a fixed landmark. You would hope it would be like at least like, because a steam turbine can delete like 850 kDTUs of heat. I mean, it's not net. Net it's about like 780, I suppose. But like, that's still a lot, and that building is a similar size. Like, and it's supposed to be advanced technology. Like, why not make it like 400 kDTUs and make it eat like a lot of hydrogen? Because this only eats 10 grams per second. You're never going to be struggling to get 10 grams per second. Each electrolyzer produces 112 grams per second. You really telling me that you expect us to actually power 12 or 11 anti-entropy thermonullifiers with one electrolyzer? How does that make any sense? This should be 100. This should be like 100 grams of hydrogen per second, but minus 800 kDTUs per second of cooling. That's one fully powered steam turbine's worth. And when you're doing that, you're not using the hydrogen for power, so it still costs of power. You're spending 800 watts, equivalent-ish, to get, like, similar cooling to a steam turbine. So even compared to a steam turbine, it's still not that good, even if it had 10 times the throughput. You could do that, and I don't think it would be overpowered. It would just be an actual option in terms of space efficiency. And then give it a slider so you can have it take in less hydrogen and generate less cooling if you don't need that much cooling. I really think that's what they should do with it. Right, what's going on over here? We're dumping more water over here. That's fine. Yeah, this tank... So, the only issue is the naphtha. I can seal this off for now. Because we're not going back in here. We built all the infrastructure we want. Also, look, the steam turbine's working now. Hooray. Hydrogen's coming in. It's cooling down. So long as it's cool by the time it gets to this point, it's fine. But even though it's really hot up here, it's rapidly cooling on contact with the aluminium. It's nice that we had so much aluminium to build this with. I never filled up the cooling loop. That would have been a good idea, wouldn't it? We should put some polluted water in this. Well, that's fine. How about you just go up here. And up here. And then over here. And then we bridge you on. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Seems like I never even find them on most maps now, even though I don't know what to do with them. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that they become sort of obsolete, because they're so weak it's not actually worth building them. Building around them. Was there ever a point where they were useful? Like, when the game came out, did people use them? Because I only use them as like a novelty. And now I'm going to go here and select every individual suit to put in here. See, we're at the point where we have the industry now where we don't have to be lazy about this. Now, just to check, if I select you, you can't escape into the rest of the map, right? Yeah, you're limited to up here. You can't get down here. That's fine. So I don't want to go crazy because obviously there's still no like liquid lock or anything. Also, I find it interesting the water never spills this way. I mean, maybe there's not that much steam actually spilling over this way. But it hasn't even landed in this pool yet. The morb is just still down here. He can't move. He's trapped. He's been trapped for a while. He's just sat there. Menacingly. Yeah, we gotta get this sorted. I don't want this to overheat. That would be very silly. Right, the Naphtha is contained. We can see that clearly now. I'm also going to contain this, just because we're not going to have to break into here for a while. I'm not going to contain this, because we might want to come in here still, because we're going to tune this. And then once this is... Okay, this is actually done, so now we can actually break into here. So we can just demolish this bit now. And what we'll do is we'll just demolish it from this side, like this. Then provided that we do it up to this ladder, we shouldn't have any issues with that. And then all this water could pour out. We've got room for all of that, because we can go all the way up to here. Cool beans. I do want someone to come up here. I mean, now seems like the time to do it, right? Put some ladders here and just rummage and inspect all of these. Maybe we'll find some more Primo Garb or something. Yeah, that seems fine. But I am ultimately going to have to actually put the tamer in here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That was faster than I thought you'd do it. You are being held back by the Naphtha. Now, that's a waterfall. Okay, this is fine. That was a little concerning. I'm not gonna lie. This seems fine. Obviously, we can dig all the sand out here as well. But the dupes are going to go up to this level. So I guess we don't really need to fuss around with this. But, hey, it's free water. We might as well take it. If we could actually store it. We're still pouring on the water weeds for now. We're still making plenty of excess food. As we demolish the frosty biomes, we can start fertilizing the water weeds again. I'm perfectly happy to do that. Also, we can... Oh, okay, so we've just... Okay, we've... we've broken this. Okay, we've broken this. There's no more... Okay, you just gotta get rid of this now. It's not actually helping. Get the lettuce out of here. It's not doing very well. Pokeshell is angry. Sour gas equals puffed toots. Sadly not. There's no sour gas puffed. Thankfully, I guess. That would be kind of annoying. Okay, Pokeshell is angry. I have an idea. We dig you. Oh no, you're grabbing the egg already? Nope. He got away. You're still gonna grab the egg, right? No, you're just grabbing the Pokeshell molds. It's free lime. They're just gonna keep antagonizing the poke shell. You can't quite figure out where the dupes are fast enough. We'll use you guys someday. Yeah, the thing about these lettuce is they're mostly pretty staggered now, so there's still a little bit of food coming in at all times. And if we have a drought again, we'll just build the farm station here, we'll fertilize these again. I just realized we were wasting a lot of the lettuce, so we don't want to overproduce it. See, you're fine now. So now we can sweep this out. I could dig all of this up as well. This is all granite, so that's not going to cause any issues. Yeah, liquid level here is fine. How's this looking? Is it slightly too full now? I don't think it is. Let's just disconnect this now. I'll leave that pipe there for now. That's not actually going to get in the way of the base. Why are we overloading? Oh, we're overloading this wire. Of course we are. This needs to be on a separate wire. I think... Okay. I think what we actually do is we hook this up here. And we just disconnect it. Or maybe, actually, maybe we even just do this. And then we disconnect this. Because you only need to run depending on how this is running. And then we could allow tinker on this and tinker it up. That's probably how we get around breaking all the wires for now. And then we can still run the space heater because the dupes are still getting cold occasionally. That's fine. Right, so we can dig all of this out now. I could just dig all of this out as well. That's not enough liquid to matter. Yeah, we've broken some wires. So, let's see. That one's broken. Oh, wow. Okay, we should have done this. We should have fixed this relatively quickly. Okay, let's just fix that wire. I put the paint wires overlay on as well, because we're going to do some of that at some point in this run. We broke this wire? Really? That's sad. Okay. Right, how is this going? It's going okay. Let's add metal ore. Let's add uranium ore to this. Because I want to know exactly how much coolant material we have to work with. Yeah, remove this wire. I think this is going pretty well, actually. I'm kind of in the mood to print more dupes, but we haven't been offered any good dupes. You aren't a good dupe because you get decreased decor and food morale bonus. So, yeah. Let's get some more water. The more water we just print off here, the easier it'll be to fill the water coolers for a while. Which is not trivial when we've kind of demolished the map and we haven't got that many good pitcher pump spots. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm glad we sealed off the Naphtha. Just to make sure nothing really broke. We need to actually ladder across here. Did we come in here and actually grab this? No, these are low priority rummages. We've got to find out what's in the lockers. That would just be rude not to. Yeah, I guess we can keep digging this stuff out. I suppose, for now, I will get you to build more ladders in here as well. Just so we can grab all of this stuff. The lettuce is not long for this world. We have failed it. Thankfully, we've grown a lot more lettuce, so it's not really an issue. So, I think this means we actually just completely demolish this biome now, right? We found a warm coat, a snazzy suit here. Yeah, let's just demolish this biome now. I'm done. Got some regular tile here, that's kind of funny. And if we demolish this biome, that means we can actually just dump the rest of the salt water over here. Maybe we don't do that immediately. And I'm not sure how far we do the ladders to. I mean, we'll do them over here for sure. We'll do this as well. We'll just start demolishing all of this. Very satisfying to do that. I guess there's no real issue with leaving these buildings in for now, and we can just deconstruct them afterwards. And then what I could do as well is I can actually come down here. We could actually remove all of this. Because that's not going to get in the way of anything. And then we could remove this too. And that will probably do for now. If we do that, that's going to give plenty of space for the aluminium stuff. So let's actually priority 9 all of this. That's what I want you to do now. You'll get to this later, that's fine. I just want to watch the dupes hang out here. Zoom in a little bit more. Wait. What have we done? Look, you may have noticed we've done something stupid. Yeah, suits are going to escape. Yep. Because they can get through here and get the ladders now. Right, what do we do then? So, is there one way they're getting out? They're getting out through here. Okay, here's what we do. We disable... We stop these ladders. You already built those ladders? That's hilarious. And then we just temporarily remove these ladders. But equally, do I actually care about the suits anymore? I mean, we will later. I think the actual answer is we just don't care about the suits at the moment. Sorry, I just removed that errand. I think we literally just disable this for now. I get you guys to take your suits off. Because you're only actually going to scold. If we set this to scolding, you're only actually going to scold immediately around the volcano. And I think that is actually acceptable. Like, if we stop dumping liquid in here, there's not going to be any more steam explosions. So maybe just priority 9 sweep up all of this liquid so it doesn't get in the way. Yeah, I think that's what we do. And then there's one dupe running around in a suit who we'll have to spot at some point. They're probably going to sleep in a bed or something in their suit. Ah, there they are. Okay, unequipped suit. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll sort this out later. Because for now, I just want everyone to get in here and just demolish all of this. And then we will set up the proper tamer. Now, there is oxygen in here, and there are off-gassing things. So I don't think there's going to be any issues with trapping anyone. But I'm sure some dupes are going to get very tempted anyways, aren't they? You know what, we will just do these ladders here. We'll set up the transformers properly later. Let's just get everything done. There is at least plenty of oxygen. Although it's mostly polluted oxygen from the water off-gassing, but that's still acceptable. We do have the heater and the water cooler there, and they can get around this ladder for the most part. So yeah, when they're recovering from heat and cold, they're going up here. That's acceptable. That's not like an annoying level of movement. I will remove some of these tiles to allow a bit more access again. Not all of them, just a few of them. Because that's also material that will let them build the ladders a bit more easily. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, yep, yep. We were hoping to prevent this. It didn't quite happen. It's just a little bit of scolding. They'll be fine. I mean, not if you're going up here to breathe, you silly sausage. Deconstruct this. Okay, I think perhaps what we do is we just remove this. And then they can't go directly past the volcano. That will help a lot, and then we'll disable this one as well. Then you should be fine. Just inhale the steam. Yeah, it looks tasty, doesn't it? Looks delicious. Looks very breathable. Let's see if anyone actually needs healing. Just Amari? Okay, that's fine. Okay, sweep up the liquids. Again, I'm kind of hoping we can actually get some more dupes. I would like to at this point, but we just need to get offered some good dupes. I think this is actually a speed 3 moment. We just want them to dig all of this out first, and then we can plan our space. Because ultimately, if we really wanted, we could have our sauna go up here. We could have it fill this entire spot, fill it with a load of industry. But I'm not sure I want to do that. I kind of want to sneak in the geotuner block here. And by geotuner block, I mean probably just the actual phosphorus refiner, where we actually make all the material for geotuning. I'm imagining we're still planning on geotuning in the base, because we have enough space in the base. There's actually a lot of space in here when you look at it like this. Even though the levels don't quite line up, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels. And you've got a width space of, oh god, I won't even be able to see it, will I? About 120 tiles. So 84 by 120 is a pretty large volume for a base. So we can fit all the geotuners in there, because what are we going to be geotuning? Well, again, let's look at the star map. What are we going to be geotuning here? Probably as many of the metal volcanoes as we can. Probably not the natural gas and hydrogen vents. Probably not the oxygen vents. Maybe we're getting salt from the saltwater geyser. Maybe that's worth doing, but it's not a lot of oxygen. Probably not. Possibly the sulfur geyser. Probably not the sulfur geyser. So if we're geotuning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 metal volcanoes, that's 25 geotuners. That's not too bad. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. Oh, you've gone dormant now? Okay. Well, I'll be very interested to see how this functions from when the room is empty. It might actually work efficiently for a while it's empty. But look, we've already stored up, like, over a ton of hydrogen here. How much hydrogen has the SPOM stored up in all this time? A lot. A lot more hydrogen. Yes. Poor hydrogen vent. Doomed. To be fair, they can't exactly make it more powerful. It's literally free. I don't think I would really adjust many of these geysers. I think most of them are good. I would like for them to add some more. Some more variety would be nice. And I wouldn't mind, honestly, because I know they can't keep adding materials to the game forever. I wouldn't mind if they added some variants of geysers. Like, maybe you could make like a... I don't know how exactly you'd do it, but we have lots of water geysers. I feel like they could make it work. Like, maybe make it so there's some metal volcanoes that erupt like the niobium one, but with regular metals. Just have that be a variant that could appear somewhere, so it's not just the same solution for every metal volcano. Maybe you could just differentiate it by having a different thing. Wouldn't mind just having a range of temperature instead of a fixed amount. I don't know. I think that would probably make it a bit annoying. I think I mean, you could do it like that. I guess that would achieve the same thing. I guess what I'm looking for is a wider range of discrete solutions and more messy solutions for the individual geyser types. I'm gonna shut my blind. It's dark now. It only took until 8:30 to get dark. I like how everything is covered in fluid in this. Oh yeah, amazing. I love it. Yeah. I hate it so much. Let's keep digging out this abyssalite as well. I want to make sure that we get as much bang for our buck out of our storage as we can. I don't really need to make it like heat-proof, do I? I mean, I could. There's no point. It's the same temperature anyways. A world trait of remixed geysers for people who become bored of the default ones. Yeah, that's true. It could just be like wacky geysers where each geyser behaves a lot differently. I think making a world trait would be a good idea because then it's optional. I like that idea a lot. So when do you go dormant? You go dormant in 16 cycles. What makes an Aluminum Volcano tricky is the low mass to form a tile. Yeah, that's like a material property. That's true. This area is really overheating now. That's fine. I guess it's an ammo suit zone now. You're already hot over here again. That's kind of annoying. We filled this up so quickly. Right, let's keep demolishing some things then. So you can remove these. You can remove these. You can remove these. And I'm going to let you keep these here for now. You can remove these too. Yeah, this is fine. I'm not sure you can actually reach these. I don't think the sauna needs to be huge. Because realistically, what are we going to put in it? We'll probably put rock crushers in it. We'll probably put the metal refinery in it. We'll make a little bit so that we can actually have the molecular forge in here. Because we'll probably do that at some point. Polymer presses? I don't think we actually build polymer presses at all. Because we don't have petroleum. We don't have crude oil anywhere on the map. Yes, we could get nectar from the trees, but I don't think we're going to do that. We could also put the bleach stone hopper in here, but I'm not sure I even want a bleach stone hop. I think what I'm going to do at the moment is make the Aluminum Volcano tame a bit quite small. And then build it so it's leaning against this. And then we can add more stuff later and push up the turbines if needed. But because this area is going to be right next to the base, I want to see if there's anything that we, like, as we build the base and we think, oh, I should put this device here that requires a heat dissipation, like the phosphorus refiner or something. Then we can fit it in between these geysers in this sort of space here. So we'll make this intentionally quite small, I think. I think we will make it 2 tiles high. So I think we'll have it go up to here. So what I could do then, because I'm probably going to want to seal it off here. The volcano, I mean, this is the tile level, isn't it? So I could have it go like this. I would put a tile here as well. I think there would just be an airflow tile here, though. Because we want this to fill with steam. And then we would put the uranium here. Oh, I'll just get you to build the insulated tiles for now. Kilns? Yeah, maybe. I mean, how many kilns are we really going to need? I don't know. All I know is it's definitely going to go up to this point, because if we go up and down on the arrow keys, that's where the neutronium spikes land. But realistically, I'm probably going to want a fire pole going down here as well, right? Okay, yeah. Because, yeah, I think we are going to just commit to that at this point. So, let's put the ladder here. Let's put the fire pole here. And then we can maybe put a transit tube in the middle. What I should probably do is actually swap it around. I should probably actually have the fire pole on the left. Because that's the edge of the map. And we're not going to have any transit tube exits here. So, that's mildly annoying. But we also know that we're going to have this ladder be permanent. So let's actually make it a plastic ladder going down here. Yeah. So we'll have a plastic ladder going down here. We'll cut this off. Spigot seal, I realize that we may have doomed you. Oh my god, I just realized something. We got a spigot seal. We could breed it and get tallow and get crude oil that way. We're not going to, because I feel like that's against the spirit of the challenge, but it's an option we have available to us. Right, +8 athletics, shriveled taste buds, that's good enough for me. Ashcan's going to be number 25. So you could just, let's see, you could just go for suits immediately. You can't drown a seal, he's fine. That's true. Yeah. Right, mechatronics for Barney, that's good. We'll give you the hats. Bubbles, you could get suit sustainability. Camille, I don't think I like the heat. The water isn't that hot yet. But yes, I don't think it'll be comfortable. They probably won't reproduce. Which is annoying. You could have the mechatronics hat. You could have building. How does Liam not have building yet? You can have digging. You can have exosuits. You can start going for exosuits. You can start going for exosuits. Yeah. And then the box space will go here. And what I'm thinking is we'll probably have an exit over here for going into space. And then we'll probably have an exit over here as well somewhere. I don't really want to touch this area yet because it has all the plug slugs in it. And I may use them for something. Considering we're going to end up with way more metal than we know what we're doing with. That could be a food source, maybe? I don't know. I don't really feel like micromanaging the starving slugs again, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah, keep building these plastic ladders. We will use them. Dig this out as well, that's fine. They're charismatic creatures, apparently. Did you know that? Yeah, food seems fine. In terms of liquid storage. So this tank has a lot more liquid storage now. But we want to make this like the edge of the sauna. In fact, here's what we'll do. We'll intentionally make it... It's still 4 tall? Oh yeah, of course it's still 4 tall. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. What I was thinking was it might be a good idea to make it a little bit taller so we could put a forge in here. Because we're going to want to do that at some point. But this actually lined up pretty well. Is there a reason I'm lining up with this? I know I've set this whole grid up. I realize this is a bit arbitrary. I feel like this is going to end up being part of the base as well, maybe? No. This top is here at the moment. I think we want to leave a gap here so people can get through between the base and the hydrogen stuff. I could remove this tile. That's not doing anything. I could remove this tile as well, because this doesn't have to be vacuum sealed. I'm leaving it here so that Naphtha doesn't get disturbed. I think we do set up the base on this level anyways. Even though it is arbitrary. Just so people can sneak between the base and the hydrogen vent. I think that would be helpful. So we can start building that as well. Oh, God. Amari, you've done goofed. I mean, sure, you could deconstruct all of this if you really feel like it. There you go. You were very smart about that. Congratulations. So build this over here. We know there is going to be a liquid lock here so that people can get in and out of the sauna. So we'll just make this a proper liquid lock. We could also just have a proper liquid lock up here for getting into the steam turbines. That's fine. So this is going to be the industrial sauna with the volcano. We're going to regulate the heat going around through here. Partially with the aluminium itself, and then partially with the coolant pipe. And then, yeah, you can remove all of these. And then this is going to go here. So how wide is this? It's 21 tiles, so we can fit 4 turbines in here. That's fine. The room is 84 tiles. If we put doors in, it will be a power. It'll be a power point. It'll be a power control station. There is an argument to be made that I should fit the power control station in here as well, because that's where the power plants are going to be. Where else are we going to want to put that? I could just put the power control station in here. No, it has to be a power point. It has to have the power generators in here. The thing is, right, if I make this, hypothetically, right, if I make this 1 tile taller, I can actually fit mesh tiles here. And then we could have stuff in here, and we could have batteries up here. And we could fit the molecular forge in. I like that plan better. We'll do that. I'm not sure exactly where the metal refinery bit, the mesh tiles will go yet, but this room doesn't need to be that tall. And then if we put batteries in here, we could put the power control station in here as well. What's overheating now? These doors? Okay. That's fine. I need to remember to use camera return more. Absolutely. And then it'll be Naphtha in here, won't it? I'm excited. We've actually got like the we're actually starting to plan out the base a little bit. So here's the thing as well. I'm just going to put these here for now so I actually commit to them. This is where the liquid locks are going to be. And I'll remove these tiles and we'll just make it insulated so it goes along with it. So we'll have one at the top. We'll have one at the bottom. And then people can go out whichever way they want. And then this one will be at the bottom. And then we'll also have them over here, but I'm not going to start with them over here because I'm still kind of thinking about this area. I could probably just demolish all of this now, right? We still want the coal, don't we? I know we're just letting all the chlorine in now. That's fine. You can keep demolishing this. The other thing about us building the base up here is any nasty chlorine and whatnot is going to sink down here. But it won't be anywhere near where we're actually building our base. And the hydrogen's all going to float up here, just past our base as well. So that's exactly what we're looking for. Right, this one I don't care about. Yeah, I like this. I'm not going to keep building these for now, although maybe I will. We'll fit the... I mean, what are we going to use for the coolant loop? We should use the thermo aquatuner. We should actually get some nectar together for a freezer thermo aquatuner. Because one other thing about this run, right, if we don't have oil, getting the petroleum for supercoolant is going to be a bitch. This is a slight problem, because if we're doing a lot of sour gas boiling, we're probably going to want supercoolant at some point. Yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll grab oil from space. That's what we'll do. Because we always had the option. I know we can save the seal. We're not going to do that. We're going to go into space and grab it. Because I've never done that before. I want to have a reason to do space mining. And we'll make sure that all of the petroleum we use is just for supercoolant. And I think that feels like the way of doing it while keeping in spirit of the run. Because no matter what, we were always going to have an oil POI on the star map somewhere, and we've never grabbed oil from space. So that feels fair to me. Because doing this run, this mega industrial run, without doing loads of supercoolant stuff would be lame. I'm planning slicksters. We are planning slicksters. What I'm hoping is, because we want to consume the carbon dioxide. And that's, oh yeah, that's what we were going to do with the, but we were, oh yeah. The slicksters, that was the plan. We don't have to do it, but otherwise we're generating a lot of waste CO2 from our main loop that we were trying to do as part of our planning video. So I think I was also going to permit that. Provided we're just boiling it to sour gas. What we will need to do is we'll probably need to actually print the slickster eggs. I'm hoping the printing pod will offer them to us after cycle 500. You could use them for supercoolant. That's true, we could do that as well. That feels fair. If we were going to do it for sour gas boiling anyways, and we've also got the hot CO2 vent we were planning on using explicitly for slicksters, I think using them for supercoolant would be fair. The question is, I imagine we're probably going to get the slicksters and get them up and running before we get the rocket into space. Especially because we're still looking for good food sources, right? Food's actually getting pretty low. There's some water weeds that are almost ready. I will have to keep a little bit of an eye on this. If this gets too low, we'll build the farm station again, but I don't really want to. Also, I'm hoping it's going to get... Let's actually build the heavy watt wire here. So we can get the liquid uranium in this bit already. Is the cook busy? No, I think it's just because we're growing mostly lettuce. There's no workable orders here. Well, there's a little bit of barbecue. There's some frost buns. No workable orders. You know, I think they might be busy. I think you might be right. Where's our cook? Frankie. Frankie is only supposed to cook. We could probably do with more than one cook, realistically. I think we could... Okay, let's priority up someone to be another cook. I think George... I think a lot of people have got balloon bonuses at the moment. Yeah. Let's print a second cook. We saw some a few times. Maybe we should prioritize that a bit more. We've got another coral bug here. Are you ever going to give us an azure bug egg? Probably not, if we're not making stuffed pepper anymore, right? Right. What we can do just for now is we know that the base stuff is going to go here. This is going to be the chute access. I could temporarily seal this bit off here. And then we could turn the suit docks on again. And then people shouldn't scold themselves in here, right? Because look, we've got 300 degrees C carbon dioxide here. Eventually this is going to stop working. Especially because the polluted water isn't off-gassing anymore. So that would probably be a good idea. I want to put doors in all of these rooms to make sure that we can restrict access. So let's do this. Yeah, this is actually a lot of space for like a highly developed base for a lot of dupes. We can go all the way to this little bit here with the natural gas geyser. And if we really feel like it, we could probably build it into space as well. But we're probably not going to. Food's getting a bit low. Okay, let's fertilize these again then. We have some water weeds that are just about to grow, but let's not chance it. Right, so you've built these now, which means you have to get in here. You need Atmos suits, so let's re-enable this. I could extend this with more terminals. It's probably not super necessary. We ultimately do still need people to go and grab the uranium as well. And now that we have the suit terminal here, we can actually also start demolishing a lot of other stuff over here. I'm not sure how much we want to demolish yet. We're actually going to run out of water for the spawn, because this has turned off, and I guess that was off for a while. Don't care about you. Yeah, re-enable that, and then you can go through here, and then you'll gradually put suits on again. So we'll do the fire pole down here later. I could tell them to do all of this now. That will be the fire pole. Again, that's so we can lead the transit tube through here. Or we'll put... Where will we put a transit tube gate? I'll find somewhere to put transit tube gates. It might even be the case I stick a transit tube entrance here, and then we... I don't want the heavy wire going through the transit tube entrance, but realistically, this is going to be the stop of the heavy wire anyways. So what we could do is I could actually start laying out the transformers going through these bits. I may even just put a load of transit tube entrances here. You only need one. You only need one transit tube entrance. Right, you need to do this now. You'll have more lettuce in a minute. Also, there's more Drecos down here we can murder again. How are these guys doing? They're doing fine. Let's murder these guys again for some backup food. Yeah, now I've got suits in here. So we know we're going to put the steam turbines up here. That's fine. You could grab the aluminium from here and do that. That's what we'll do. One transit tube entry can support 4 dupes without recharging. I remember one run where we built a load of them, and it really wasn't necessary at all. Like, we'll figure out what to do. We have plenty of room for transformers down here. So I'm thinking what will happen is we'll plug a load of transformers in over here. Let's start thinking about this, right? Wait. The heavy watt wire. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. The heavy watt wire needs to run in a blocked column so that the dupes aren't getting hit by the decor penalty every time it goes down. So it needs to run here, there needs to be a tile here, and then we need our access shaft. So I actually need to move all these liquid blocks 2 tiles forwards. 2 tiles forwards. That's fine. What that means is we'd probably move the volcano bit 1 tile forwards as well, so we can still fit the steam turbines in here. I'm really glad I realized this now and not later. So this is actually going to go here. So you can leave this here. Don't build that one. So deconstruct, deconstruct. I'm really, man, I'm really glad I found that out now and not later, right? So we're going to have to rebuild the ladder again. That shouldn't take too long. So we'll do the same in here. You can remove this, you can remove this. So cancel all of this. That ladder will stay there. That ladder will be for Transformers access only now. So the plastic ladder will actually come here. And then the fire pole will go in this space instead. Yeah, I guess we'll make that out of copper. That's fine. We'll change this bit later because we're still going to build everything first. Put that there. Priority 9, the deconstructions. Hello, live action pixel. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're doing alright. So, we are on Sour Gas or Bus. Sour Gas or Bust, not bus. There's no buses. We have dug out a large portion of the map. We set up our initial colony here. We're on Oceania. We've dumped a lot of the salt water and various jungle juice into this bit down here. We are kind of setting up an Aluminum Volcano tamer, but we're kind of going to turn it into the industrial sauna for our main base. We're going to shift the dupes' quarters from here to here. We know there's plenty of room for it. The ranches are going to go elsewhere in the map. We're going to have the dupes travel to ranch generally, I think, so we can organize the ranches a bit better. But all the non-ranch stuff will be over here. And at the moment, so all the transformers are going to run along the edge of the map by the neutronium. Because we were trying to hide them from the dupes, but we also want to make sure that we can plug in power consumers and producers evenly across the map as we need to. That's the aim. And we're going to navigate around the whole asteroid with transit tubes. So that way we can spread out all of our builds, build them as big as we want, and not have space issues. And to do that, I'm trying to make very sure that we have room for an access shaft for the dupes around the perimeter of the base. And to do that, and have the Transformers heavy watt wire blocked from decor for all the dupes, I'm going to have to seal off the ladder here where they access all the Transformers. So that means we're going to move everything a little bit further back than I was planning. But that's fine. So we're doing that now. We're doing that now before I forget. Godspeed to be in that. Yeah, it's only cycle 300 by the time we've already decided to do all of this. Why did we take until cycle 300? Well, a few reasons. First of all, we built a massive spawn complex over here. It's not running at full power because we don't have the water to feed it yet. But we know that all of the oxygen production for our colony is going to go over here. And this is going to be enough oxygen for like 70 dupes. We'll eventually feed this with the sour gas boiler and have like 70 dupes here. That's the plan. Because it goes between the thermonullifier and the cool steam vent. And we'll hook it up more properly later. We're going to have a mini base for the sleeping dupes here right next to the brain machine. What's that vent in the middle? It's a... Funnily enough, it's an infectious polluted oxygen vent. We will set up a tamer with that for some clay production. But that's not a high priority, so we just sealed it off for now. But this is where we're going to cool down all the oxygen. Yeah, this is the real oxygen producer in the base. This one vent. And then, what else am I doing? We set up a hydrogen vent tamer here, mostly because the hydrogen vent was in the way. Ignore the really complicated and stupid door pump. We are storing all the hydrogen in here infinitely. We were going to do a drip pump, but we don't have any crude oil. The seed generated without an oil biome. We picked it specifically to do that. Because it's Oceania, and it's the magma channels. So as you can see down here, the entire oil biome got deleted by a combination of ocean and magma. So, yeah. Also, I kind of opened up a massive leak down here, and we've not dealt with it. So we're slowly cooking this entire marsh biome, which I thought was quite funny. The Pacu is slowly evolving to cope with the 95-degree water, maybe. Not really. Look how much slime and algae we're melting into dirt. Does this count as sustainable dirt production? I don't think it does. Yeah, this is because we were a bit too eager trying to get to this fossil. And then we scolded a dupe on all the steam. Although, it's actually probably now at the point where we may be able to get in here and quickly do this. But I'm not doing that today. And there's a load of Metal Volcano tamers we set up. This is my new favorite design. Very simple. We have liquid uranium at the bottom. So that immediately causes the metal to condense. We have the steam in here. And we just have a conveyor meter that's set to the flow rate of the volcano. The total average. So this is just going to dump the metal through here for all time. And because it's such small packets of metal, it's very conductive and it immediately cools down without us having to actually set up a loop. So obviously it's heating up the steam here, and it's immediately cooling down the steam turbine room. So that hasn't failed us yet. We're looking for more dupes. We've got some excess food production because we can fertilize a load of water weeds. We have a load of bleach stone for that. So I am looking for more dupes, but these guys are all rubbish, so we're going to take the iron. I did something similar with the setup, makes it handy to use the metal. Yeah. I'm probably going to do a short sandbox showcase video where I do a quick update to this. Because I realized we did a video about using metal volcanoes to boil salt water and polluted water. But we never made a video about just taming it in a self-contained and quick way. Because the best part is as well, all we've done is we plugged the turbo aquatuner into a battery and the steam turbines. And it generates enough power to run the aquatuner enough, not consistently, but enough so that it keeps these cool enough. So it does actually work from a power economy point of view. So I'm going to try and make that when I get back from holiday, because this is an important conclusion, and we didn't know about the conveyor meter at the time when we made the old video, and I want to show people that design, because we're using it for all these metal volcanoes, and it's doing absolutely fine. We haven't done it for the gold volcano, because frankly, it's a gold volcano, who cares? It's not generating enough heat in the first place. We are causing all sorts of environmental chaos over here. And then what else? Those are the main things, really. We set up this Draco laboratory really early on, where we put a metal refinery in here and fed the hot polluted water coolant to Pinch Peppers. And this has been pretty effective. We've needed to tweak it a little bit, but it deletes enough of the heat that, yes, the base is hot, but it's livable. Hold on. Pixels. There we go. So we're actively cooling the mealwoods with a thermo regulator in here. And it's good enough that we've been able to make all of our steel in the habitable base, and it's been fine. It's a little warm, but we're growing the food elsewhere. So it's not a huge deal. Our food solution at the moment is these water weeds. There's an excess of salt water. We have over 10 tons of bleach stone. So we're just growing a load of water weeds. I'm doing a sour gas boiler without an oil biome. Yes. Because the plan was never to use oil wells. The plan is to use glossy Drecos. So what we're going to do with the glossy Drecos is we're going to feed them bristle blossoms, and we're going to get the plastic out, and then we're going to boil the plastic into naphtha and then sour gas, and then we're going to do all the sour gas boiling stuff, and then we get a load of water to feed the bristle blossoms. We were We were entertaining doing spigot seals and tallow, but I think I determined that was less mathematically efficient. You think you saw a dupe sleeping in a suit? Well, that's nice. Oh, wait. Why do you have a suit? You shouldn't have a suit. Get out of here. What's going on? There's no access leak over here. That must have been somewhere else. That could have been over here. Oh, I know what it is. Did you actually... It looks like you can actually get around now. No? No, you shouldn't be able to get around. I think we may have a leaky suit dock somewhere, but I haven't found it yet. Okay, so now I just need to remove all of this. Because we built this 2 tiles too far to the side. The plastic ladder can stay. And then put some tiles here. And then this is where we're putting the liquid locks for the base. So again, I need to do something similar here, where I need to remove these, put more tiles here. I don't know why I built these. These need to be flipped around the other way. Put these here, and then we can demolish all of this. And then this should get demolished as well. And then these should get built. And then this could be the fire pole. Oh, wait, hold on. This could be the fire pole. And then we're going to seal up this bit, and this is where we're going to put the transformers. All the transformers are going to run around the edge of the map. I've already talked about that. Right, so we're going to put granite here because of the decor. I think eventually we're going to replace all the tiles with gold tiles. You know, to flex on the haters. But we're not going to do that for a while. Yeah, right. Put these here as well. We've done less volcano taming today than I like, but to be honest, it's just been nice to demolish the ocean biomes and figure out the logistics of everything. Look, we're draining this one now. We're going to drain them all apart from this one, because there's no space exposure up here. I don't know what we're going to put over here. Honestly, if it weren't for this vent, we could just expand the base up here. I think what we do is we put some ranches up here in space. But what we exactly do, I don't know. But I don't think it's going to be regular base stuff. We're going to fit in some industry blocks here and here, and they're probably just going to be some mini ranches. In fact, now that I think about it, this would be a great spot to have to move the Dreco ranches. Not like the main Dreco ranches. Maybe we do the main Drecos in space. I don't think we're planning on dropping them into ranches anywhere. Hold on, who's idle? You're idle. Yeah, very smart. Very smart. In fact, if I get you to... I'll just get you to deconstruct this for now. Is that really... I don't think it's a horrendous plan, putting a load of Dreco ranches in space to start. Because we're not gonna do droppers, because they climb everywhere, and doing a dropper with Drecos would just be really annoying. And I think we were planning on doing sort of a vertical ranch design anyways. I'll think about it. I'll definitely think about it. What's melted? Oh, the stuff we wanted to melt has melted. That's usually what happens. Yeah, we built some wire segments. Hoping these melt too. There is a lot of debris in here, so maybe that's not going to happen for a while. Okay, put these here, put these here. We've still got probably about an hour and a half to get the Aluminum Volcano tamer done. So we could do that. I don't think I'm going to set up the base today. I just wanted to put the liquid locks as a reminder for where we're planning on putting the base. Then we'll put some doors here. This doesn't need to be sealed in. Yeah, we've got all the liquid uranium here now. We actually want to melt more liquid uranium. I may keep tiling this up, and then we'll let it spill out, and then we'll pump it up, or something. I don't know. The thing about the aluminium is it comes out at 1,726 degrees. It's a bit colder than the other metal volcanoes, but the aluminium has a lot of heat energy. I probably don't want it getting this hot in here anyways. Spigot Seal has found a safe place. That's nice. I'm not really sure how you got up here, but that's fine. You're just going to hang out here for all eternity now. How has demolishing the biome over here gone? It hasn't really gone yet. That's fine. I think we can just speed... Can we just speed 3 it again? I'm probably not going to just speed 3 it again. Put these here. I could put the Naphtha here now. Apparently, I just have some liquid uranium we can just dump off. Yeah, let's do this. I think I'm still happy to use Naphtha for the lock. We'll use Naphtha when we want to insulate, and we'll use uranium when we want to conduct heat. Yeah, I'm going to try and solve every problem I can without using oil, and then if we have to use oil, then we'll do it. Like the carbon dioxide processing, we have to turn it into oil. There's not an option not to do that. And similarly, for the supercooler, we have to make petroleum for that, so we'll do that as well. Poke shells probably shouldn't be hanging out in here, but beggars can't be choosers. Actually, if I wrangle you, I don't have a critter drop off. We've been dropping the pinch row here, and this is how we've been getting a load of guys in here. Also, we have a load of poke shell molts in here now. I mean, eventually we're going to just move these guys normally, but they're currently in jail. Oh, let's grab this fertilizer. That should have happened a while ago. There's a little bit of a chlorine layer here now because we've dug up a load of chlorine. We haven't dug up the massive chlorine biome, but the little bits we've just been releasing because we wanted to grab the coal. Right, you're doing this in a minute. This is hot enough to melt more naphtha now. The issue of doing it directly adjacent to the volcano is that it's probably going to melt into sour gas. I could do some here. This seems like a good idea. Let's make some more naphtha over here. Probably not against the stuff here. This is probably fine. This is probably fine. In fact, actually, this room design is going to look a little bit weird. The other advantage of having a 5-high room is we can actually put a pitcher pump in here. Because normally you can't do that with a 4-high room. So this will let us suck up the naphtha. Alternatively, we just put a liquid pump in here. But I've been quite enjoying the bottle emptiers as well. We'll have a think. In any case, if we put the pitcher pump here, we'll need to put the auto sweeper here, and then the loader will need to go over here. That's fine. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to need to get all these ladders off the top, so we'll do that as well. I believe that will actually do. That should let us remove everything from here. Oh look, Amari is building the naphtha temperature, the plastic temperature plate with his mind. He's very clever like that. Oh, I guess he needed some help in the end. This is going to take ages to heat up, isn't it? Okay. Okay, I get it. Well, how hot is the aluminum? Okay. If we put the naphtha in here, it's not really going to flow, though. This is not going to be quick enough, though. What if I put it... I think it has to touch the liquid uranium. Let's put it here. The only thing I'm aware of is all the naphtha at the moment is down at the bottom of the map, and that's going to take too long. So I would rather prioritize getting this done here for now. In the meantime, the dupes are all digging out the uranium, right? Yeah. You're going to do this pretty quickly, in all honesty. And then I could actually get you to come over here as well, right? Like, I could just get you to do this. And then we could dig out most of this stuff. I don't think I even care about the abyssalite, do I? Oh, really? Oh, I built this at the wrong height? Really? Oh, okay, hold on. I haven't built it yet. I haven't built it yet. That's fine. Then you can go here. Then you can dig this out too. And I guess, actually, realistically, we can dig all of this out. What's this liquid lock even doing here? Yeah, we're going to pump the water quickly enough. This shouldn't matter. Right, we melted the temperature plate. So, it looks like the naphtha is spread out over here. We have got some in here. This is heating up rapidly now because there's naphtha over here. Okay, I think this is... I don't think this is 100% acceptable, because if this boils into sour gas, it's a lot of wasted... Is this the part where we actually make sour gas, ladies and gentlemen? I think it could be. In any case, if we can keep the naphtha here and have it calm down, that would be good. We do at least have naphtha in here now. So that's better than nothing. Perhaps actually designing a plastic melter would be a good task to do at this point. Maybe not what we use for the final sour gas boiler, but like just an initial one. Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm actually going to have to yellow alert this, though. Because if you don't do this, and the sour gas fills up in here, I'm going to be very mad. Sour gas under control is fine. Sour gas floating around the entire map is not what I want. Oh my god. We're too late. There's no way we're too late. No, you're fine. I'm glad you thought to actually build this out of ceramic. Right, so you need to do this immediately. Thank you. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, great. Right, this is safe. No leaking sour gas today. Let's see if the sour gas just forms immediately. I'm imagining the answer is yes, because the aluminium is too bloody hot. But that's fine. Is that going to be the thumbnail? Us actually making sour gas? There's no way, right? There's no way we're fine. Yeah, this uranium is already heating up. The naphtha, especially because the naphtha is touching the uranium here. that's going to boil pretty quickly. This is also going to boil pretty quickly. But if we leave some naphtha in here, we should still be able to do this just fine, I think. Maybe? I don't know. Let's watch the sour gas explode together. Or are we gonna get some weirdness? Wait, we got some weirdness. The naphtha has pushed the uranium out of the way. Wait, that means I can sweep it up. That means we're actually saved. Hold on. If I sweep this up, we could dump the yeah, we could dump the uranium back and then just take this naphtha and put it somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. You've dumped way too much naphtha in here. Sorry. That's fine though, because naphtha is a sustainable resource. Alright, so that's good. So now we just empty the liquid uranium, wherever that was. This one. Empty yellow alert. Then we build this. Do we actually want to dump excess naphtha in here? Probably not. You thought this was actually going to be the sour gas and bust moment? Nah, we're fine. Okay, that goes there. And the naphtha is in a bottle. It's cooled down a little bit. Okay, now I've got the liquid seal in here. We should start pumping the gas out. So let's build the steel gas pump. We'll stick that, I would like to stick that in here. So let's do that. What I'm going to do in this room... Wait, how wide is this room now? 19. What I actually want to do is I actually want to extend this room out here. The blob on top of the airflow may be a problem. Maybe, but the thing is now it's not actually going to be touching the uranium. It's still got some heat, but I'm not sure. It heated up a lot from earlier, but I don't know. We'll see. Because the point of the uranium, again, is the aluminium will condense as soon as it's in this tile. The aluminium is never going to flow out to these side tiles. So, let's see. That's priority 9 as well. That's good. What's broken? The door? That's fine. We've been on speed 1 a bit too much today. Let's speed up a bit. Food is back to being overproduced. That's fine. We'll keep printing more dupes then. We'll print more dupes to the point where we've actually got equilibrium on the water weeds. Oh, I need to ladder this. That makes sense. Let's see. So we can start putting batteries in here. This is going to be fine. I could make this ethanol cooled if I really felt like it. We're probably not going to for now. Obviously, these are just going to be made out of aluminium. That's fine. Give me more dupes to print. You, Hassan, you're a trypophobic. So probably not. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. I guess we print the pipsqueak. Wait, where are we putting the pips? I think the pips just escaped the map a while ago. Oh, whatever. I'll just leave them there. It's fine. Or did I move the pips? Maybe it's too hot for the pips. Oh, no. I moved them in here. Oh, yeah. I moved them into the jukebot room. They've just been in here the whole time. We're cramped at the moment. That's fine. This is... How big is this room? It's 40 tiles. I could have 3 pips in here, surely. Am I going mad? Right, the printing pod is here. Right, relocate to here. So this will count as a power plant as well, by the way. What's this gas? Chlorine? That's fine. So I think for the sake of convenience, I'm going to leave this tile here. Because I want the volcano to be surrounded by this on both sides. Actually, you know what? We can just make this an airflow tile. That's fine. Let more steam in there. Then we build this. Oh, I need to remove this tile. Hold on. Deconstruct this, deconstruct this. Recreational pips? Yeah, exactly. And then this could go in here. Steam. The steam appears to push the naphtha out. It's steam in here again. Oh, we let a load of water in here? Wait, where did all this come from? What? Where did it come from? That's irritating. Well, I could tile this one to get rid of it. Melted ice debris? Oh, yeah, because this is in a frozen area. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow, there's a lot of ice in here. Okay, relocate this to here. Yes, very good point. Who's scolding? Why are you in here without a suit? Oh, I've goofed. I've very much goofed. Here you go. You're fine. Remove this. And then I guess we'll do the same over here. I don't mind there being water in here, because ultimately we do want to actually have steam in here. I'm hoping if we do it in this order, we'll be fine. Right, so let's have a think about this. So this isn't going to be self-cooled, this is going to be actively cooled again. So what we'll do is we'll move this pipe over here. What I could do is I could dump it directly over the volcano. That's fine. Was I planning on putting anything over here? I don't know. I think this makes sense. The radiant pipe for the steam turbine is going to go down here. You know what? Maybe actually, let's just put the vent here. And then I can just feed the pipe in like this. And then we can actually have the thermoacrituna stuff run down here. Right, naphtha goes in here. So that's priority 8, is to put naphtha in here. And I'm going to remove this tile, and we're going to put something down here as well. Once we've done these tiles, we'll actually put the gas pump back in. And how is all this going? Did you actually do all of this yet? You're on the way. That's fine. Yeah, dig this out. Dig this out. If you dig these out, that's going to help us collect the water from this a bit better as well. We have so much excess oxygen here, I'm not really worried. I think what we'll do for the cool steam vent tamers, I'm quite tempted to put the Luba Plays build here. The only thing is, we've not got room with the SPOM here. Do we need the entire Luba Plays build here? Maybe we just build half of it. Or I could just do something slightly different. We'll have a think. Who's bored? You're bored because you need to remove these tiles now. And the water got deleted. That's fine. So there's no more ice in here. So let's just dump a little blob of naphtha in here quickly. Again, and then we'll build the pump. I think this blob will be fine, but we've got to wait for this to erupt first. And I think what we'll do is, because the transformers bit is going to be right here, I'm going to seal this off. We're going to start building transformers over here. And what we could do is we could do our vertical design where we have like a pair of transformers and then a smart battery or a regular battery. We'll see how we want to do that. But the heavy watt wire has to run through the ladder. I think what's the power plant requirements again? Let's have 2 or more power buildings and a heavy duty generator. So we do have to have a power generator in the room where we build the power control station. So maybe we don't do it in here because we're probably going to have other stuff we put in here. We know we're going to put the molecular forge in here. Where are we going to stick the molecular forge? Do we even have that unlocked? Yes. So that's going to go in here. I think what we'll actually do is we'll fit some kind of lamp over here for it. How are we going to do that? Motion sensor here. Lamp here? I don't know. Maybe we put it in the middle. That looks good. I think we do put it in the middle. Obviously a little bit early for the molecular forge. But we know it's going to go in this room eventually. Power control station doesn't need a room. Oh yeah, that's true. You can just build it wherever you want. No. No. We figured this out a while ago. It has to be... They fixed the blurb? What? It was a blurb error? Are you kidding me? It says dedicated room power plant. Room will become a power plant after construction. Alright, let's just build one out here, see if it works. This is very important to test. We must figure it out. It does work. Or they're going to supply it. They're not going to actually operate it. Sorry, I'm just going to test this out. Do not make this out of... Hold on. Don't make this out of anything we want to keep. Don't make it out of depleted uranium. Joshua, what are you going to do? They fixed one blurb. Okay, so now it doesn't actually have any required errands. Literally unplayable. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can't use it. It's full up, it's not getting any errands. So, debunked. George is back in here again. Because now you can actually get over here. Ugh. Okay, now we just gotta remove these ladders, I guess. Because you don't actually need to go over here anymore. And we'll heal up George in a minute, but he's quite enthusiastic and he's got a lot of building skill. Okay, let's go heal up George now. I keep calling him George, but he's Transcension. I should stop doing that. Right, Naphtha goes here. Do we have any regular Naphtha? Just enable auto bottle, that's fine. What's flooded? Oh, ice melted and went in here. I don't think this is actually a problem. What we'll do is we'll literally just build a liquid pump and we'll pump it all out later. Because we're not going to build this for a while. I'm going to ignore it. You need to let all this water out here. That is important, so let's do that. But you're fine, so now we remove you. Then put the gas pump over here. So what I'm thinking is, we put the auto sweeper up here. Looks like you've actually cooled down now. Is it because we've taken all the aluminium out of here? I don't know. Auto sweeper here. I think we put the conveyor meter, the conveyor loader here. And then the conveyor meter could go over here, maybe? I don't know. This feels kind of messy. Yeah, conveyor meter's here. Because I don't really want to run it through the liquid uranium, do I? Actually, it's not going to get hot enough to melt anything, is it? That's fine. Right? It will be fine once we actually boil some steam in here. Maybe I'll build this conveyor rail out of steel just to be safe. Then that could go in here. That could get automated. This is going to be 276. I could hook this all up to the base wire for now. Let's make it out of aluminium and put it here. That should be fine, right? And then that can just go like this. You can just build this. And then we need to let all the gas out of here. So the gas will go... Gas pump will go here. And the vent will go out here somewhere. That could just be... How much gas is in here? Not a lot. That could just be a regular gas vent. Pipe goes here. But now that wire's going to come down here. We'll do something different with this later. So this counts as a power plant. I'm going to disallow tinker on these for now. The annoying thing about tinkering steam turbines is that they generate more than 1 kilowatt. So if we were going to do it hooking into the transformers, we'd only be able to do one pair of transformers per turbine. So that's not very space efficient. We can drywall this up here, because we know they're going to be going in there permanently. Also, yeah, eventually they're going to be going in there. I could get you guys to do this in the other volcano rooms. These are rooms where the dupes are actually going to come hang out, so we may as well. And then we're obviously going to do the same in here. There you go. What about by the volcano? Not sure. You can make the temperature plates out of a different material by the volcano. Because granite melts... yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll make the ones that are actually... hold on. For the volcano, we'll make them out of obsidian. And no one will know the difference. What about this one? Hold on. Hello, Dawnbeat. How come those insulated tiles have black centers? We are using the True Tiles mod, which shows you what material all of the tiles are made out of. So these ones here are made out of igneous rock, and these ones here are made out of granite. It's a purely aesthetic mod. I like it because it lets me remember what building material stuff's made out of at a glance. I don't know why I made these ones out of granite. I just felt like doing it for a change. I mean, these ones are made of granite because this is a big water tank. So, granite is more pressure resistant than igneous rock. So that was an informed decision, but realistically, it doesn't need to be insulated. Not at present, anyways. Yeah, you guys can build all these dry walls. I am going to need you to actually come in here and build some ladder, another ladder here again, aren't I? So you can reach these three. I'll have to think about that. Ugh. Ultimately, this shouldn't end up being too much of an issue. Food seems to be stable now. How's the whole uranium situation? You're getting closer to being done. That's good. I guess it's a lot of relatively hard digging because there's a lot of wolframite in here. Wolframite takes a while to dig. And I imagine the wolframite is mostly going to get refined into tungsten for later. Also, I need to dig this out. We've had the Weasewort here long enough. I've actually remembered to do this. Hooray. If we look here, the slime's all gone now, so we can just dig all of this up. I think we'll dig... Yeah, we'll just dig this up. And then this polluted water can get out of here. We could remove the planter box. Eventually, we'll decontaminate all of this, but for now, we just want to make sure we've still got polluted water for our pinch of peppers. There's a little bit in here as well, but I'm not too worried about that for now. Well, there's no souric acid here yet. I think we may be alright. I guess I just gave you guys a load of drywalls to do, but look how good the Rady print looks in here. We're not going to put it in here because the dupes shouldn't have to go in here. That's generally how I organize the drywalls. This is going to take a long time for these guys to build. I probably actually need to put more terminals here, right? Let's just do it. Let's just put more terminals here. I'll put 2 more terminals here for now. And then we'll go further if we need to. Why have we... I think we actually need to put 2 more suits here, right? We've got a load of suits down here, right? Yeah, good. That's why it's taking so long. Someone somewhere is wearing a suit they shouldn't be wearing. But heck if I'm going to be able to figure it out. Let's also remove this random pump from over here. And we'll put some more bedrooms here, maybe? I could rearrange it so it's just like this. And then we'll put some more suits here. Then you should build this a bit more quickly. I'm not 100% convinced we're going to get this built today. We'll see. You're full of what? Carbon dioxide? I guess I'll just manually empty you, right? That's fine. Yeah, now we've got more people in here. That's good. I also need to disallow repair on these. If you're actually breaking, I want to know about it rather than you wasting metal repairing it. Then again, I guess we have enough metal now, it doesn't matter. Looks like you guys are still dumping more oxygen canisters here like you used to. Yeah, I quite like this. I quite like how this has ended up. Do we want any more research? Let's think about this. What are we looking for in the short term? I mean, we ultimately do want the Diamond Forge. We know this. Artifact analysis we don't really care about. Anything more immediately useful than the Diamond Forge? Oh, let's get the transit tube stuff. We're already thinking about this. All it's going to take is actually getting the transit tube set up. If I put them here, I could just put a load of them here, right? I could fit 2 of them here, though. Oh, no, I could fit 1 of them here, because this ladder's got the stair ladder. I could fit a couple of them in this area, though. I don't know. Let's start thinking about the transformers. These are not going to be set up in order of these. What we'll do is... I'll start it at the bit where we can fit 6 in. And then we'll play around with the layers a little bit. Yeah. That seems good to me for now. And then some of these we won't be able to have big batteries in, which is fine. As long as it goes up to 4, I'm okay with it. Because the ones we put batteries in, that's mostly so that we can regulate it with smart batteries. So it'd be something like this. Now, what's in the pod? Give me more dupes. Oh, decreased husbandry? Are you kidding me? You're a good dupe. Construction and machinery? Yeah, we'll take a Turner. This colony has taken a Turner for the worse. Wah wah. Supplying for muffins. Joshua can have exosuit training. FLE Doc can have digging. Grey area can have... operating, I guess. I'm probably reaching the point where I should stop skilling up some of these dupes. We'll see. Right, you could get to suit sustainability as well. Let's keep handing out... oh, I need to prioritize some guys, right? Ashcan can prioritize these loosely. And you can prioritize building and operating. Let's get some more Primo Garbs again. How many do we have? We have 4. Good. Ashcan and Turner, you can both have these. Right, you're all done with this now. So let's actually come over here and remove these. I think I'm fine with this looking like this. You need to actually get powered. You need to build this wire, which that's going to happen pretty soon. The base's color scheme is bright. Oh, what? The beds. Yeah, we'll have a different aesthetic over here. We're really going to think about what the base looks like a lot. Once we've done this, once we've set up this little mini industrial sauna, and we've started building all the transformers and connecting stuff up, we're really going to start going wild. I think I could have actually fit one more in if we did it here. That's awkward. If I move them all 1 up, I could actually have an extra row of transformers up here. No, I want smart batteries on these ones anyways. This is fine. And then let's have a think about where they would go here. So I think I would start tiling all this up. I would remove these. I would remove these. We're not going to run out of space for transformers across the entire map. But basically what we do have to do is just be smart with where we plug in our wires. Like, let's not bunch up all the wires in the same spot. Let's not make any parts of the map that are inaccessible by the transformer spine. So we can just run wires wherever we need to get them. And again, we'll spread out our industry throughout the map so that different power consumers and producers hook onto different transformers. Because the last run we had, the main issue was that it just didn't hook up very well. I might just fit a battery up here for these ones. So this transformer spine probably isn't going to be 100% uniform. Can we reach this? Yes, good. I think this will all be transformers. So let's see. I can fit a battery in here. I can fit a battery in here, and then we can fit more actual transformers up here. That abyssalite is going to stay there for now. I think this is fine. And then these bits are just going to get filled in. We're not going to have anything over here. Right, we're venting all the gas out of this room now. That's good. We don't really need to vent it out of here. Temperature over here is still fine. We didn't actually get any sour gas. I feel bad. I could have blueballed you guys on that one. Yeah, let's just get the transformers hooked up now. So, what's this actually going to look like? Let's see. Let's start here. So we'll make this all out of gold amalgam. This could be priority 9. Yep, you're removing that. That's fine. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the producers. Let's see. So I'm gonna have the ports face the heavy watt wire where I want them to go, and we're gonna make it a heavy watt conductive wire, believe it or not, because this is gonna wrap around the whole base. So we'll make it out of copper because it's the most abundant one. It's gonna go in here, and it's gonna plug in like that. And then this will be a producer. And then this will be a consumer. And what we'll do is we'll feed the heavy watt conductive wire along here. And we'll bridge out. And on producers and consumers where we're wanting to automate them, we'll need to have a smart battery. And we'll just need to have a few batteries in general. I might just shove basic batteries in here, you know? I don't know. That's a waste of heat. It's not that much of a waste of heat. Yes, it's bad, but it's not as bad as you think it is. Like, remember, so... Oh, actually, it is quite bad. Yeah, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. This is like a fifth of the heat, the waste heat, yeah. So this halves it. No, this actually quarters it. This quarters the waste heat from the regular battery. They both produce the same amount of heat. So we shouldn't be building any of these in non-steam rooms, really. Unless we have to build them to meet the room requirements. I don't think we need to do it here because there's enough steam turbines here. So we remove this one. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll just build smart batteries. And then we'll tile in the rest of the gaps. And we'll make it all work. So... And then we can build pairs based on what we want. So we know that each of these steam turbines, once it's tinkered up, we're going to want to hook it to its own set of transformers. And because they're going to generate more than 1 kilowatt of power when they're running, are they going to generate more than 1 kilowatt of power? Do we just set the temperature of the sauna so it doesn't get that high? That's probably the actual answer. So I think we actually just put 2 in here. So we'll put 2 in here. These will hook up here. So this is going to be a non-uniform spine. We're not going to actually make it completely evenly distributed like we usually do. We're going to... I can definitely remove this now. Seal this in here. Don't remove this one yet. Yeah, we're going to build off-takes and on-takes to suit our needs, rather than just randomly arranging them. We're just going to do that from the beginning. So this is going to go here. And then this... So what we'll do is we'll have this wire go over here. And then we'll leave a gap so we can bridge stuff if needed. And then that one's going to go in there. In fact, I'm going to do it like this. Yeah, that seems good. So the steam turbines will bring it on here. We're not going to let this get to over 200, probably. So this should be fine. What's the liquid here? Oh, the naphtha's spilled a little bit. Do I actually just sweep the naphtha at this point? I think this naphtha will get hot enough, it'll be fine. What we're going to do is we're going to set this room to naphtha melting temperature, so we can build temperature plates and melt more naphtha manually for now. So those are going to hook in there, and then what we'll do is we'll plug the Metal Refinery in here. I can put lamps and stuff up here. So if I actually select the motion sensor, that goes down 5 tiles. So what I'll do is... What exactly do I want to do? We know we want the molecular forge in here. That port is here. If I put this port here, I can put the Metal Refinery here, and then we can have one lamp up here for both. Yeah, that seems good. So, refinement, we'll put the Metal Refinery in here. What's yellow alert? Oh, yeah. Okay. The automation wire is going to go here. Which means we're going to have to actually... We're going to have to actually not build this for now, so we can actually put the ladder in, so we can rebuild this. And then the lamp is going to go here. That should be fine. That should be enough illumination. We're going to put the party lamp, the party cube lamp in here. That needs to be made out of steel as well. Make that out of steel. And then make this out of aluminium. This can be made out of aluminium. And then we can put the Metal Refinery in here later. And then the power wire just needs to come down here. Yeah. And then... So this building requires 1.6 kilowatts. So that's going to require its own transformer bit as well. So what I'll do is I'll put another consumer line down here. This is going to hook up here. And then this is going to go over here. Bridge. And go up here. So that one's going to come in like this. And then this one is going to come in like this. And I'm going to keep spacing these wires out a bit more, just so we can avoid making bridges, and just so that we can actually bridge stuff up here later if needed, but we shouldn't have to do that. We'll see. We've got a fair bit of room over here. But we'll put the transformers in as we need them and not sooner. And then we can evaluate the actual requirements better. But I will build all the wire, the heavy watt conductive wire here now, just so we can build it whatever we want. And I think that will actually do. So the result of all of this is the duplicates won't get the decor penalty of the heavy watt wire and all that stuff while this is while they're moving around the base, and they're only going to go down this access shaft for building the transformers. We are going to eventually need to set up some kind of cooling in here. But that's fine. We've got room to put an aqua tuner in here. Somewhere. Looks like we're dumping more salt water in here again. That looks fine. I'll get you guys to come up here and do this as well. Right, and then we'll do this. And then you can do this, and do this. That's fine. You guys can get in here to build this at any point. You don't actually need the exosuits to get in here. Although you do have to go a bit of a long way around now to get there without exosuits. You have to go up here and then along here. So we should probably plastic this ladder. And I think what I'm going to do as well is I'm actually going to tile these bits so I can get the run speed bonus going over here. Now, are we pouring more salt water into this tank? Probably. So we'll leave it open for now. But that will help with the run speed as well. Okay, I think it's a fairly good plan. It's going to take a little while. Do we have anything off-gassing in here? We shouldn't, right? I know there's a bit of random debris in here. Oh, we have some polluted dirt. Get it out of here. Sweep by type. All sublimators. Wait, it's not sublimators. It's just in here. I'll just tell them to sweep all organics. Get them out of here. That's fine. Right, let's speed up. What's flooded? More electrolyzers. We're not going to even look at that. Wait. Yeah, because our ones that are running are sealed off. So this doesn't matter. We've cleared out a lot of the uranium ore now. And we've researched the wind tunnel. Hooray. We'll put some wind tunnels in somewhere. The transit tube we could do as well. So we know... Actually, hold on. We know that this is going to be the transit tube bit here. So actually remove this. We'll have it cut the fire pole at the top, and then we'll have that run down here. And then we can transit tube from the top of the map to the bottom. Or just wherever we need a transit tube to go. But we'll hook that up later, but I just want to make sure we put the terminal in here. And where would another good spot for it be? I don't know. I feel like maybe we could shove them in here as well. We'll see. What's entombed? You're entombed? Okay, that's fine. It's going to take you a while to pump all this gas out. Let's also build some ice temperature plates in here. Where would I build them for now? I don't know. This isn't going to get finished today. I think what we'll actually do today is we'll just actually do the overview shot, because we've done a lot of digging. We made a lot of solid progress on this. Oh look, the Weedswort is planted in neutronium. Show us your secrets, oh mighty Weedswort. There's more uranium down here as well. But this part of the map is not very accessible yet, so we're going to leave that alone for now. What on earth is going on over here? Look at how much material has just turned into sand and dropped down. Because the other tiles have melted away. Like, look at this. I mean, that's one way of getting a lot of sand, right? All the polluted... all the stuff is eventually turning into sand. Yeah, dirt cooks to sand at 330 degrees. So eventually, most of this sand, this dirt should turn into sand. How weird. The poke shells are very angry at us. But they're very safe, so that's fine. Oh, look, he's doing it. He's building the molecular forge. He's an eager beaver. Look how long it takes to build the molecular forge. Absolutely crazy. And now, I've got a question for you guys. I can take. What do you think is the cycle number where we're actually going to use this thing? I just wanted to make sure we had room for one in the base in advance. We might as well put it in this volcano room. I reckon we're not going to use it until like cycle 1000. Because we're going to have to go into space to get the space materials. Yeah. And knowing me, getting into space on a classic asteroid does not happen very quickly. Right, we'll remove this ladder as well, and then we'll put the Metal Refinery in at last. So that could go in here. I could put a kiln in here as well. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put, like, what am I going to do? I think 1000 is optimistic. Yeah, baby. On classic asteroid, just so many geysers to tame first. I mean, we're getting there. We've tamed the hydrogen, the metal volcanoes. The natural gas is going to take a little bit longer. Carbon dioxide we're going to wait on for a while. There's the saltwater geysers down here as well. We do need to set those up at some point, but that could probably wait until the main base is actually done. What is going on with the cool steam vent? Not too much. Yeah, we'll get to it eventually. You're actually a vacuum now? That's good. So how long before you erupt again? Okay. So you have plenty of time before you erupt again. It means I can probably just turn these off for now, realistically. Perhaps we should do that. We can hook it up to an AND gate with, like, the, an Atmos sensor here. And if it detects it's a vacuum, it just turns it off. I could get back in here and do this now. Let's tile this. Let's remove this. And then we can get back in here and do that. Right. We want to put a... transit tube access here. This could be made out of... probably gold, right? Now, there will be heavy watt wire over here. But I can close this with, like, a door. Like a mechanized airlock. And then that should block the debris most of the time. So we'll build that out of copper. And then we can build the transit tube entrance over here. For supercooling, we need to get a space mining program going. For thermium, we need to get the superconductor planetoid. Yes, exactly. So it is going to take a while. Right, you can be made out of gold. If I sealed this off outright, we could put 2 in. Is that really a problem? Oh, wait, it needs to bend around another tile. It actually does need to bend around another tile. Maybe I'll just change my plan then. I might leave that sealed either way. Because we're going to have the negative decor here. But, oh, actually, maybe in that case, we just seal it here. We just have room for another set of transformers. That would be better, wouldn't it? Yeah, we'll do that. Super cool, it feels easiest if you just go mine a fullerene asteroid. It would be normally, except we don't have petroleum. It depends whether we find Stixers or not, I suppose. I think I'm going to shove them down here. I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to have the base proper start here after the liquid lock. So this is the outer base ladder. This is going to be the actual base ladder and fire pole. Again, we'll build that late. In fact, I might build that now just so I don't forget what that looks like. But we're not going to have transit tubes in the base. So let's do it like this. We'll leave a gap in the middle for miscellaneous crap. And then that's going to go down here. And then this is where the base actually begins. And then we can fit other stuff in here. We can either have like a transit tube connection here, or we can have it be part of the base and have like a random room. And we'll decide what we want to do. I think there's a strong possibility that we... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what we feel like doing. The other products aren't essential enough to prioritize doing it early. Probably a good idea if you're keeping temperature of steam below 200 if you put a molecular forger there. Yeah, we are going to keep it below 200. We're going to keep it below 200 so that the steam turbines don't overload the transformers as well. So we're going to fill this pipe with liquid uranium. We're not going to get this finished today, by the way. Just saying. I think what we actually do, this is going to seem a bit weird. I'm going to put the mesh tiles in here. We're going to put the thermal aquatutor up here, and then we can fit some more buildings down here, and then we can put the sensor here. Because otherwise, the sensor would just, like... Let's have a look, actually. Hold on. Oh, I can put it here? Oh, never mind then. I might still put this here anyways. And so isoresin doesn't melt? That's true. What? I've never done anything with isoresin, but that would make sense, right? It melts at 200C? Yeah. Well, we were planning on avoiding that anyway, so that's good. I am going to put the mesh tiles here so we can access something over here. These should also be airflow tiles, right? Like, I should have actually done that. Right? Maybe I just tile this for now, and then we put the airflow tile here. It wouldn't surprise me if Black can afford the same power efficiency issues as a metal refinery and place in a sauna. What do you mean? Oh, where it makes more sense to not have it in the sauna. Explain to me again what the logic behind that is, because I've forgotten that logic. I remember you had a good reason for it. The input and output materials steal power from the steam. Yeah, that's true. The sauna outputs all the materials at 40 degrees. Then the metal refinery. So what you did is you had the metal refinery in like a normal room, so that the products were being deposited at the right temperature, and then the coolant was running into your steam room. Yeah. They steal more power than it would take it to run an aquatutor to cool the building. Yeah, that's fair enough. I used to only make a hot sauna, but considering the materials going around, are there any goods to go in the steam room or just have them on that side? I mean, we can play around with that. What we could always do is we could build it in here for now, and then we could shift it outside later. This will still be a steam room for the volcano anyways. There's room for us to maneuver stuff around here. So maybe we can keep it in the sauna for now, and then we can play around with it later. Although I imagine we probably won't end up playing around with it later. You're a cook. We do actually need another cook, even though you're a slow learner. I think I'm going to take you... No, we don't need a slow learner cook. We're not that desperate. We're producing the right amount of food again now. You're pretty good. Steve. We always like Steves. Let's take a Steve. Oh, now I need to actually build more bedrooms again. Just for now. Pretty much the only buildings that actually produce power in a sauna are batteries, transformers, thermoregulators, and aquatuners, because they don't have input and output materials. Right, okay. Cook will only ever give them grilling and supply anyways. The point is, if they're slower to level up their skills, it's going to be slower to get their cooking up, and then also like their athletics and stuff with the suit sustainability stuff. I don't know, it's probably not that bad. I just didn't want to. You know what? I'll just do this for now. Then we can just have 30 dupes. That's probably fine. And then, you guys can have the carpet tiles, although I'm not sure this is really relevant for you anymore. We'll go up to 30 tubes. This is why I'm in news row. I'm thinking of not doing a hot sauna, but not. I need to cool the base a lot more. Yeah, maybe we didn't need to build a sauna after all. But what if I wanted to build a sauna? We could do both. We could do both. But we've definitely got to move away from doing this. You should dump that naphtha in here, by the way. I guess people aren't really that fussed about it at the moment. Another advantage of having the metal refinery outside the steam is you won't bring hot metal into your base to build with. Yes, that's true. You want the metal to be cold. Automod just made me validate that message. Oh, wow. Automod made me moderate that message because you used NGG. That's wild. Natural gas generator. It can. I have a room of 70 natural gas gens. I thought that output fluid water turning to steam would keep the temperature down, but it doesn't, so I had to add 2 turbines to get rid of heat if it was above 250 C. Well, this is making me think I should just actually take all of this stuff out of here then and move it down here. I'll tell you what. Considering it's the end of the stream anyways and we haven't built any of the coolant pipe yet, if we were going to pivot away from doing this, we would do it now. The main issue is I'd have to think about actually laying it out again, but that wouldn't be too bad. All we would do, like maybe we'd even leave the naphtha in here just so we could actually melt it properly. And then we'd have this be the steam room. We could stick aquatutors in here. Obviously the aquatutors would each still use one of these transformers, so that's fine. And then, I mean, this is still lining up with the base stuff. What we could do then is, if we did this here... Okay, hold on. Stop. So, if we wanted it to be 5 high, it would get down here. We could have 4 high bits and then a 5 high bit. I don't know. Was there anything planned for below that room? Not at the moment. We could totally just change it up. Well, I think that's what we do then. Because you're right, we want the metal to be cold, we want the steel to be cold when it's made, and we want the heat to go into the room. So this is definitely the inflection point where we should do that. So, alright, not sure, okay, let's zoom out. Let's actually, I won't get them to do anything more in here today then, other than replacing this tile, which Ada is about to do. We'll leave the naphtha stuff in here. And we'll do all the metal recirculation. And then, yeah, we'll come back to this. It might look a little bit wonky again, but that's not necessarily a problem, because the stuff down here can be a little bit wonky. The important thing we've done today is we know where the transformers are going. We know where the base is going. In fact, I can actually get you to start building all of this as well. We've dug out all the uranium, which we know we're going to use for the coolant loop. I don't know exactly where the access shaft is going to go over here yet, but that's fine. Hello, Stigger's Playground. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we have gone pretty far. Yeah, we dug out the uranium over here. So let's actually just do a zoom out shot today. What's the best angle to do this at? If I do it here, then I'm hoping that the text won't cut off what it's looking like too much. But equally, if there's too much black space, it's not really a very compelling thumbnail. Well, maybe we just do it anyways. I've got time to come up with a thumbnail. Wow, you get a lot of random notifications when you zoom out this far. I like it. I think we're getting organized. I think we're getting organized, and we can figure this out with the volcano. I think the volcano is actually going to go dormant soon. It goes dormant in like 2 cycles. So, are we actually going to get steam in here? That's the other question. You're going to reactivate in what, like 50 cycles? Okay. Well, we can generate some steam in here from the Metal Refinery anyways. But yeah, we'll get that sorted out tomorrow. So let's just save it here. It's fine. It's been productive. We know more about what we're doing now. I've just got to remember that we actually are going to do the... We're not going to put the Metal Refinery in the sauna. We're going to try not doing it in the sauna this time. Sounds good. Alrighty. Let's get some music on. Thanks very much for hanging out, everyone, as always. If you like what you've seen and you're not already following me on Twitch, feel free to follow me and you'll get notifications when I go live. If you miss a stream, all the VODs are going up on YouTube as well. There's going to be a bit of a delay between YouTube and Twitch at the moment, so if you're just watching on YouTube, you might be seeing a couple of spoilers for YouTube by coming on Twitch at the moment, but that's fine. You're not missing too much. It's a lot of logistical stuff at the moment. And then on the Discord, if you have build ideas, memes, you want to show up what you're doing, feel free to post there. If you have questions, ask them, and we'll get people to answer them there as well. Yeah, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll remix that whole bit. We'll finish off that not sauna. We could just stick a load of batteries in there, but I don't want to connect anything to the heavy watt wire in there, so probably not. We could just shove a load of thermal actuators in there, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, take care, everyone. We're going to go raid someone. Who are we going to go raid? Anyone in particular? We raided Live Action Pixel earlier. We go raid 2 Legit City. That sounds good. Yeah, let's go raid 2 Legit City. What are they up to these days? New run max rewards. What does that mean? 2 Legit City. Let's go investigate what they're doing. Looks like they're currently in the frosty biome. Max rewards from full steam ahead gold. Yeah, it's cycle 13. There you go. You get to see some frosty planet action for a change. Take care, everyone. I'll see you later. Bye for now.